popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little vice in. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste me, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate me, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to...
Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. We're keeping it real goes right, the best wrestling stream on the interweb. There we go. Welcome to Big Home Live. A quick one today. Had some time, so decided to spend it with you guys. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday. It is March 15th, 2026. A lot going on in the world of professional wrestling and the world in general. Praying for everyone's peace, love, and tranquility today and every day. But we are going to be taking a look at some very important stories in the professional wrestling world. We have, of course, the big news and the big bombshell report from F4W and Brian Alvarez about the potential of moving WrestleMania, given the ongoing war on Iran. We are also going to talk about AEW Revolution, Hangman Adam Page potentially walking into his final AEW World Championship matchup, and so much more. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Be sure to smash that thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe and hit that notification bell as we dive right into everything. All right. For some reason, the chat is not working. I don't know why the chat is not working today, but we will persevere through it. Let me see if it's working on any of the other screens. Nope, no chat today. So I will do my best. If you guys want to guarantee your question or statements around the air, please leave a super chat. We got Michelle. Michelle, hope you're safe over there. What's up? Good to see you. We also have Takara World. What's up, Takara? Real question, will Britt Baker or Mercedes Moné return or Dakota Kai debut tonight during the Chris Statlander Tekla match? I think it's more likely that Mercedes returns than anyone. I don't think Dakota Kai, or as she's known now, Charlie, is going to return, or debut, I should say, tonight. Britt Baker is a wild card. Tony has spoken about her and her potential return, so we'll have to see what happens there, but we'll see. No, I'm talking about the chat on my screen. For whatever reason, it's just not working. I'm not sure why. Oh, hold up. Actually, might be a settings thing. Hold up, chat. Hold up. Big O might need to just do a little bit of a refresh. All right. Start sounding off in the chat now, and let's see if this works. This should work. Yeah, start sounding off in the chat. Hit me with some stuff. Oh, there we go. There you are, Takara. There you are. There we go. All right, guys. We got a lot to get into, so let's dive right on in. WWE WrestleMania. As we all know, WrestleMania will be emanating from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia next year, WrestleMania 43. That was the big news that came out a couple of months ago. And now, because of the ongoing war in Iran, and which has spilled out into several different countries in the Gulf, that is in jeopardy. And this is all coming out of a new report from F4W and Brian Alvarez. So let's take a look at an excerpt from that report. Here it is. You can see Turkey El Sheikh and Triple H at that press conference back a couple of months ago where they announced WrestleMania was coming to Riyadh. The status of WWE's upcoming shows in Saudi Arabia this year and WrestleMania 43 are reportedly under discussion following ongoing conflicts in the Middle East. So, huge news. Why am I so red? Let's change that. I don't like being this red. Let's tone this down. There. Ooh. That's much better. Okay, that closer to my real pigmentation. Okay, I am not a no. Anyway, so what's up, chat? Bandito versus Andrade for match of the night. I mean, that was a fantastic match on Collision last night. Yes, James Vaughn, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see everyone in the chat. Let's talk about WrestleMania. Let's talk about Saudi Arabia. So WWE right now still has like 2 more shows scheduled, or that were actually supposed to be scheduled for later this year in Saudi Arabia. Those, I would not expect at least one of those to be happening, whichever one is going to be the summer one. I believe it's usually King of the Ring. I would not expect that to happen. I would very much expect WWE to be cautious with that. The reason I'm saying this, and again, a lot of this could change depending on how volatile things become, but the reason I'm saying that is because the nature of this war just makes it very, very unsafe, to be honest, to take wrestlers there, especially considering Saudi Arabia being aligned with the United States, with Israel, and in opposition to the country of Iran. It is, I think, it makes them a pretty big target. We've seen the oil refineries targeted. We've seen the IRGC state that they are going to retaliate against the U.S. aggression with attacks on Saudi Arabia. So I think that, like, bare minimum, probably expect one of these shows to be canceled. I assume at a certain point there will be, I would hope at a certain point there will be a resolution, because there's been too many people who've been killed so far. And I think that the thing that makes the most sense is to move the show. Now, that being said, I am a proponent of moving WrestleMania 43 anyway. This is not the reason I want it to be moved. I want it to be moved because WWE comes to some sort of moral realization that they should not be doing propaganda for the country of Saudi Arabia. This has nothing to do with the idea of Saudi fans not being able to experience WrestleMania. They should. I just don't think it should come along with an entire propaganda show. But that is my has always been my hard line on this, and that is continue to be my hard line. So WrestleMania Houston. I mean, look, New Orleans has been waiting. New Orleans has been waiting. They have contract with New Orleans reportedly for WrestleMania. They have a contract certainly that's been announced with Indianapolis to get WrestleMania. So if for whatever reason 43 needs to get moved, I would expect WrestleMania to be hosted by one of those 2 cities, probably Indianapolis. That's just my guess on the situation. That could change. There's a lot that's going to happen between now and next April. But for me personally, I mean, again, we'll see. These types of wars and conflicts are not easy to predict. Could be over in the next 12 days. Could be over in the next 12 months. Could be over in the next 12 years for all we know. So, all that being said, my thoughts, love, and prayers are to everyone who's being affected by this senseless and heinous war. War is bad. I don't care who's in it, and we need to stop. We need to stop. Bare minimum, please stop bombing children. That shit is fucking gross. Okay. So that is the big story there. We'll come back to it as things develop, but I definitely want to hear from you guys. Obviously, this year's WrestleMania is already struggling with ticket sales. Now WrestleMania 43 is in jeopardy right now. Triple H regrets tying himself closely with Donald Trump. He does not regret that. I promise you he does not regret that. I 100% guarantee you Triple H does not regret that. Have you ordered any new books recently? I have not. We will do book club towards the end, I promise. We'll do a little book club towards the end. But no new books. I'm always open to recommendations. The only thing I ask is no fantasy. No, like, Game of Thrones level fantasy. Anyway, we got some other news, obviously. We got Big Boom AJ, the big draw. Big Boom AJ, the Rizzler, and Big Justice are going to be live in attendance. No, sorry, not only in attendance, but wrestling at Revolution tonight. Let's take a look at them before their big match.
Hey, it's Big Boom AJ.
Big Justice! And the Rizzler.
And we're right here at the New Japan Academy Dojo right here in LA. And we came to bring the boom!
The Rizzler in the New Japan Dojo is crazy. This is genuinely a sight I never thought I'd see. Rizzler in the dojo is insane, bro. That's crazy. That's why I love it. I love it. Like meme wrestling is so back. Meme wrestling is so back. Please, give me Rizzler. Give me Rizzler versus Hezbollah. Please, someone book it. I want Rizzler versus Hezbollah. I want the most insane professional wrestling you can imagine is what I want. I like your Bandito cloth in the back. It's not a Bandito cloth. It's a Palestinian keffiyeh. Free Palestine. Wonder if AEW counters WrestleMania with All In New York if the new soccer stadium is completed by then. I wouldn't expect WrestleMania to be countered with All In. I think they're going to keep All In as like a summertime event. I think they want to own that retail and that space there. The thing that I do see them doing is I see them eventually going out there and announcing a major Revolution or doing a major Grand Slam show, like a Grand Slam Collision show. The real estate for them is there, though, because WrestleMania is going to be, right as of right now, if it's in Saudi Arabia, WrestleMania in 27 is going to be during the day for many people on the East Coast, in the United States, in the continental United States. So, opens up that night time that WWE would usually be running something for you guys, being AEW, to do something. If I were Tony, and he's hinted towards this, he said that, be on the lookout for a major Revolution announcement in 2027. I would go all in, pardon the pun, do Revolution in New Orleans. It doesn't need to be in the Superdome, although that would be a major statement. But I think AEW right now, what it has going for it is trying to get back to being the antithesis of WWE. And if you are trying to do that through, easier to purchase tickets, more affordable overall experience, and all that kind of stuff, I think a way to kind of give back is people are already riled up about this New Orleans thing. They have been for a while because New Orleans had WrestleMania taken away from them. Give it back. Give them a major show. Give them a major Kenny Omega main event for the world title. Give them something, right? I think that will hit for that fan base. That will hit. And it will do a lot to ingratiate a fan base to All Elite Wrestling. Speaking of All Elite Wrestling, has the Rizzler even hit double digits? I don't know. I think he's 10 or something. I think he just turned 10. But speaking of All Elite Wrestling, tonight, AEW Revolution emanating from the Crypto.com arena from Los Angeles, California. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Is this even the right... Is this the right post? This is not the right post. I shall find the right post because there's a more updated post here. Oh, there we go. There we go. There it is. There we go. So, AEW Revolution emanating from Crypto.com arena in Los Angeles, California. They ran this arena last year, the same exact arena, the former Staples Center. I will always refer to it as the Staples Center. It will always be the Staples Center, the house that Kobe Bryant made famous. Last year, at this show, WrestleTix estimated 11,670 tickets distributed, tickets sold, however you want to count it, for this show. This year, they look to top that. They're going to top that. Right now, they are sitting at 11,531 tickets distributed. Major competition, by the way, for them. This is going head-to-head with the Oscars in Los Angeles, and they did not seem to struggle to sell tickets, although I guess very different fan base experiencing those two events, so makes sense in that way. But we definitely have a lot to talk about in terms of this, but right now they are at 11,500 tickets distributed. They're set up right now for 11,900, so expect somewhere around that 12,000 range. And this continues a trend we have seen for AEW pay-per-views. And like we can even go back a little bit here. But it continues a trend we've seen for AEW pay-per-views, consistently doing pretty well, especially the big, more notable pay-per-views, always doing right around like the 10,000 mark, which is really healthy for where AEW is at. Of course, you had World's End, which sat around 8,900, so right around 9,000. You had Full Gear, which topped 10,000. You had Wrestle Dream, which was one of their lower pay-per-views with only 6,200. But then you had All Out with 12,000. You had the big show, Forbidden Door at the O2 Arena in London, England, with nearly 19,000. All in Texas, of course, with 21,000. Double or Nothing, right around 8,000. Dynasty, right around 8,000. And Revolution last year, 11,600. So, needless to say, continues a trend we've seen of these major shows drawing really good houses, especially when you compare it to AEW's TV. This, I would project to be at least close to $1 million gate, probably over. And that's good for them. It's very good for them, and it shows that you can say what you want about TV, you can say what you want about whatever. The fact remains that pay-per-views for AEW are always going to be pretty successful because I think people understand what to expect from them. I get your Saudi Arabia views, Umar, and I respect it, but my view is always for the people and for the kids who are always wrestling fans. WWE is the most popular in the Middle East before Saudi deals. Yeah, I'm not going to, like I said, it has nothing to do with the people of Saudi Arabia. I am not CM Punk, though. I can differentiate between people and their governments, and I think to conflate the two is pretty fucking gross. But yeah. Do you see any debuts or returns tonight? Yeah, so let's talk about this. Debuts and returns tonight for Revolution. I could see Mercedes returning tonight. I think Hollywood for her is, it would be poetic in a way for her to return here. I don't know what else, you can kind of do with her, as far as the story goes. Maybe she goes and tries to get back her TBS title. Maybe she goes for the world title finally. I'm not sure where that's going to leave her, but Mercedes would be a major return that I would expect. I would also expect Will Ospreay to make an appearance. And this is not based on anything that's out there. This is not based on anything that I've heard. This is just me being a fan, doing some reckless speculation, maybe some hopeful wishing on my part. I don't think Will is ready. I don't think he's going to be in-ring ready until a couple of, probably maybe around the Canada pay-per-view in a month or two at Dynasty in Vancouver. But I would expect Mercedes. I think Will might make an appearance and just do some, yeah, bruv, yeah, I'm back in frickin' London, or not London, Los Angeles, bruv, yeah, bruv. Yeah. Crazy thought. What if we get Cope and Christian versus Heel, Swerve, and Hangman at All In for the tag belts this year? Two bad guys teaming up. That would be a really good direction, I think. I still think the big money match is the rematch between Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland. But, man, Hangman and Swerve as a tag team, that is something they've been hinting towards, and we didn't really get it in its truest form. So that could be interesting. That could be very interesting. Jay White is another good name. Shay, shout out to you. Jay White is another name that I would keep an eye on. I could expect Jay White to make a return tonight as well. I think the last time we saw him was at Wrestle Kingdom when he made that appearance following Tanahashi's final match, which I rewatched, by the way. It was fantastic. That's still my match of the year. But that's where we are for tonight. Let's take a look at some of the matches that are on the docket tonight. Let's take a look at what we got going on, what there is cooking AEW Revolution live from Los Angeles, California. Of course, you have AEW Women's World Tag Team titles on the line. Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale competing against the team of Megan Bayne and Miss Lena Cross herself. So women's tag team titles have been very hit and miss. Like, you know, it hasn't. I think part of it got derailed a little bit when Willow became the TBS champion. I think it's fine to have belts on multiple belts on one person. I just think you need to establish the titles better, and they definitely should have done a better job of that. That being said, I think tonight we see Lena Cross and Megan Bayne take it. I think they should take it. I've been waiting for Megan Bayne to win some gold. It's time. We also have Bandito versus Andrade because Andrade's got to get on this card. Of course he does. Andrade's going to job this man out. Job him out. Job him out. Let's go. World Trios titles on the line. We got Mark Davis, Kazuchika Okada, and Kyle Fletcher, the Trios champions, going up against Jet Speed and Mystico, which it just sounds like a fantastic, just a fantastic tag team right there. That's an amazing trios right there. I can't wait for that. Brody King versus Source should be a dog collar match. That's the direction I thought they were going, but I guess they're just doing a regular singles match. Britt return or Coda debut? Which one is more likely? I would say a Britt return. I don't think Coda. I don't think Charlie is gonna. I don't think she's coming to AEW right now. Then what do you do with Harley if they lose the tag titles? You figure out a way to have her on the show. You got 4 hours of TV a week. Make it happen, Tony. All right. Then we have everyone banned from ringside. Marina Shafir and timeless Tony Storm. This match is going to be insane. I would expect this to be a potential show-stealing match. Give me Marina with some Death Rider bullocks. Some Death Rider interference. Tornado Trios tag match. We got the Dogs versus Orange Cassidy, Roddy Strong, and Darby Allin. Ain't no way the Dogs losing this, bro. Ain't no way the Dogs losing this. The Dogs loses, I'm going to be mad. Point blank, period. AEW World Tag Team Championships on the line. FTR versus the Young Bucks. This is where I could see a return. Someone in the chat said it earlier. I could see Cope and Cage making a return here. I think if we see a return, this would make the most sense. If FTR either retain or lose and attack the Young Bucks afterwards, I could see Cope and Cage coming in to make the save. I'm pretty sure Cope is done shooting his movie. So make all the sense in the world to bring him back and have him cook. Plus, Los Angeles singing that song would be crazy. On this day, it's real to me. Yeah, this pay-per-view about to be 9 hours long. Yeah, no, not 10 matches is insane. Tony needs to chill. Tony needs to stop. Please stop. I'm okay with the Don Callis family winning the trios belts, but damn, Archer and Alexander should have been the guys that won it. Yeah. But then what? But that would be too complicated, I guess, for Tony to do. Where's Luchasaurus? Is he hurt again? I think he's not hurt. He's just I think he's just not in the cycle. I think they wanted to do some Jack Perry single stuff right now. Stat is the female Bret Hart. You can't watch a Stat match and find holes in it. I think that, yeah, I think Chris Statlander is excellent in the ring. I think that she, there's no qualms about her in the ring. I think she just, there is something missing, right? And far be it for me to say, right, someone who's never stepped foot in the ring or whatever, but there is certainly something missing. I think she's not connecting. The thing that I would only push back on is I think that Bret Hart connected with the fan base, right, in a way that Stat just hasn't yet. I think she's getting there. I like the direction they're going in, but I think we need to see that come full circle first. Can the AEW women's roster reach the highs that Toni Storm or Mariah May reached with their feud? Because post that feud, we have had some good matches, but the story didn't reach that level. It is difficult when you're comparing things to like one of the best stories of the past couple of years. I think whenever you follow that, there's going to be some level of a decline in quality, but I do think that they have some players who are capable of that. Like you look at Mercedes, you look at a potential of a Bailey coming into AEW later this year. You look at like all these different things. I think those are the people you're going to be looking at. Willow telling her story with Stat. I think Stat is also going to be key to that as well. The problem with Stat is her character and personality. Yeah, I mean, it's like not even like whether that her character is bad. It's just like, what is she? Like I feel like she changes her character like very often. She changed her character like more than MJF like gets hair transplants. It's crazy. Anyway, AEW World Tag Team Championships are going to be on the line. We got FTR. We got the Young Bucks. Boom, 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 boom. Give me the Young Bucks. This would be a good end to their story. Give me the Young Bucks retaining. I know people complain about how long pay-per-views are, but I'd rather take a 4 to 5 hour. I'd rather take this 4 to 5 hours from WWE any day. At least Tony gives everyone their money's worth. I mean, 100%, right? 100%. I'm not going to deny that. I do think, though, like 10 matches for a card and a show that's going to start at 8 p.m. on a Sunday night is for me personally, is like, come on, bro. I already know this thing's going to be 4.5 hours long. I need to go to sleep. I got to work in the morning. It's completely selfish. I'm an old man. Jamie, greetings from Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Greetings to you too, my good sir. I'm excited for the AW pay-per-view. Love your videos. Keep it up. Appreciate you, Jamie. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Swerve Strickland, Brody King in a singles match. I fully expected this to be a dog collar match. I don't know why they're just having a singles match, but they are. Give me Swerve Strickland. He is the most dangerous man in all Elite Wrestling. He should be pushed as the most dangerous man in all Elite Wrestling because he is the most dangerous man in all Elite Wrestling. How many more times can I say dangerous man in all Elite Wrestling? Dangerous man in all Elite Wrestling. Swerve Strickland is his name. Being the most dangerous man is his game. And he will win tonight. I don't know whether they're going to do another match. Maybe they do another match on like a Dynamite, and then that's the dog collar match. And then I think the match next month at Dynasty is certainly going to be Kenny versus Swerve, the big like rematch. We also have AEW Continental title on the line. Konosuke Takeshita versus Jon Moxley. The past couple of times we've seen these guys go head-to-head, the time limit has been a bit of a controversy, so that has been taken out completely. No time limits. Usually they're doing the 20-minute Continental Classic rules. None of that. We got Takeshita Moxley one-on-one. I would expect this to go 30. This is going to be a big one. These guys certainly have chemistry. I loved their match in the Continental Classic. I loved their match at Grand Slam Australia. This is going to be awesome. I can't wait. Konosuke better win or I will riot. Point blank, period. I know it sounds crazy, but I would hold off on Swerve and Hangman feud for at least 2 more months. I mean, I don't think that's crazy. I just think, like, all in. Like, listen, you're trying to sell out. Like, listen, you are trying to sell out Wembley Stadium. You're not going to sell it out like you did a couple of years ago, but you're trying to get 50, 60,000 people in there. Get your big matches. Get your big matches. Get them going. Get them going, man. I believe that they're going to combine the Continental title and the International title again, because why would they still be teasing the tension between the Don Callis family members if you weren't? I don't know, man. Tony needs to get his act together with these titles. It's pissing me off. It's really pissing me off. I don't, like, you combine them, you made a whole new belt, and then, like, it's just stupid. Stupid. It was done. You combined them and you had a unified chain. Just stick with the unified title. It's so stupid. Then you add another North American title. And we're going to add a Shockwave championship. Like, shut up. Stop with these damn belts. Too many belts. Too many belts. I don't want no Cracker Barrel ass championship. No more belts. I've had it with these damn belts. Too many fucking belts. Consolidate. Got me astaghfirullah. You got me cursing during Ramzan, bro. Damn it, Tony. Have you seen the report that TKO are frustrated with tickets for Mania and are pushing WWE to work with more influencers and celebrities, and these people are so out of touch? I mean, yeah, well, because they want their money. They want their money. Omar, what's going on? I left for 1 minute. You left for more than 1 minute, my friend. But I was crashing out about how many insane titles there are in AEW. Too many damn titles. I hope we see Hikaru Shida return tonight. I heard her visa has been fixed. Hopefully. I can just hear your Randy. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I hear voices, I hear voices, I hear voices, I hear voices. I don't understand why so many complaining about belts. Maybe this is an issue for people who watch both places willingly otherwise. No, it's not even that. I just I think championships are something that are good to have. But right now, the AEW men's division, we have 4 hours of TV every week, right? In AEW. And you have the North American title. You have the Continental title. You have the International title. You have the TNT Championship. You have the World title. That's 5 right there. Not counting the tags, not counting the trios. It makes 7. That is just the men's division, right? I don't think you need 3 mid-card four mid-card championships. The unified title was supposed to be like the 1B that they were trying to build up. I like that. I think that would have been a fantastic way to test out the belt on guys like Kevin Knight. Test out these young guys, Brody King, for example. These guys who are those tweeners of are they going to be main eventers one day? How far can we push them? Let's see. Let's give them a run with the unified title. I don't think right now there's a title that signifies that. And they had that, and they took it away. So for me, I'm that's the frustrating part. And then they just okay, we're going to deconsolidate these championships, get rid of one title, and then create 3 more. It's stupid. Buddy returns tonight and screws Brody for leaving him to team with Bandito. Oh, that's an interesting wrinkle. I could see that. He's close to getting ready, right? WrestleMania 42 build-up has been awful. Triple H needs to step up for real. I don't think it's going to happen. The only belt I have an issue with Okada's and maybe the trios. Every other belt is either has status or a unique spin to it. I mean, I like the designs. Don't get me wrong. The designs are great. I just don't think they serve that much of a purpose. Speaking of belts, Bandito needs to lose that damn ROH belt. It is crazy. It is crazy. Any news on the absence of Ty? So Ty Mello is... she just, I believe she is didn't she just compete in an indie show and win a title? I may be wrong about that, but no word on her, no word on Anna Jay either. Anyway, we do have word on the Women's World Championship. The AEW Women's World Championship will be defended by Tekla against Chris Statlander in a 2 out of 3 falls match. I'm very interested in this. Stat does not miss on pay-per-views. Tekla, I think, is out to prove herself. This is going to be a fun one. 2 out of 3 falls 2 is always great. So I'm looking forward to this. Give me Tekla. I don't think she won the belt this, to lose it this quickly. So give me Tekla here. And then finally, you have the match of the night, the main event, last chance Texas death match. Hangman Adam Page versus MJF, the champion. And if Hangman loses, he will never ever be able to challenge for the AEW Men's World Championship ever again, no matter who is champion for the rest of time. A controversial decision, a controversial stake, a controversial stipulation, which is going to have severe ramifications on the future of not just Hangman Adam Page and his career, but all elite wrestling. I am on record as saying, I think this was a mistake. I have come around to it a little bit, and here is why. I think that the reason that Hangman Page, has been the best character in pro wrestling over the past like 5-6 years is because the most interesting thing about him is when he's lost and he doesn't have that purpose, you go on this journey with him to find that purpose. Whether it was him being lost on his way to the world championship, and when he was going through his millennial anxious cowboy phase, and the Elite left him, Kenny left him, and he had to chase a heel Kenny Omega for the world title after losing to Jericho at the first ever All Out pay-per-view event. Or whether it was after the Swerve thing went down, he lost himself, and he had to find his way. He had to find the righteous path again back to the AEW World Championship. The interesting thing about this, and I wonder if Tony and the booking committee are thinking about this, because they usually do think pretty heavily about this character and his motivations. Now Hangman has a chance to be lost, but he won't have that guiding light that he's had over the past couple of years. The guiding light of the AEW Championship. Because think about it. Every time that Hangman has lost his way, every time that Hangman has, reflected and been, uncertain about himself and the path that he walks as a character, he has had the AEW title to go and fall back on. He won't have that anymore if he loses tonight. So part of me is interested in how they work that. Part of me is interested in how they do that. Part of me is interested in what Hangman does and what his why becomes. And that's why I think he's the most interesting character in wrestling. And, maybe unlike the Cody situation, this character has earned this, right? This character has earned this. So maybe that's what we see. I think this is going to be a brutal match. I think this is going to be an insane match. I think by crook and by hook, MJF is walking out with the title, excuse me. And 71% of you in the chat also agree with me. MJF walking out as the world champion. There's no contract saying Page can't challenge for the belt. It's his word. The next story is, how much is my word worth to me versus needing the title? Maybe that's how they get out of it. I think this is a way to get Hangman away from the belt for at least the next 5 years. I think he should not be anywhere close to that title picture for the next couple of years. And you can always find a way to get out of it, I guess, but maybe we get to see how that Cody thing would have played out. I got Kevin Knight turning heel tonight. I could see that. I agree. Mariah May is a big waste of talent in WWE. I'm not a huge fan of her work in NXT, but shout out to her. She's getting paid, and, shout out to her. Hopefully we get MJF versus Bandito versus Andrade at Dynasty, since it's likely not going to be mostly about the Canadians. I don't know who MJF faces at Dynasty. I think Andrade is going to be Grand Slam Australia. Or, sorry, excuse me, Grand Slam Mexico, when they go back to the Arena Mexico. I think that's going to be the match. I can't wait for this show. It's going to be awesome. It is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one. Hot take. The Don Callis family assist MJF in this match tonight. Everyone is talking about Swerve. It's going to be a true Swerve. Don Callis family interfere instead. Listen, I think it would make sense for Swerve to cost Hangman the belt. I think that would make a lot of sense. That would be a really cool thing. The same guy, and that would be the way to build up, reheat this feud, because now it's not only you have all the backstory that happened over the past couple of years, but you also have this new element of Hangman having his entire livelihood taken away by Swerve Strickland. What happened to your problems I have with the NXT video that was supposed to happen last year? It didn't end up happening. It's still in editing. It'll come out. It'll come out eventually. I've had other things I need to focus on. Work has been very stressful, so dealing with all that. I think we get Adam Copeland and Christian Cage return tonight. I could see that happening. I got Harley Cameron turning heel tonight. I don't think Harley turns heel. I think the only heel turn I see tonight really is I I could see Kevin Knight tonight, but I don't see Harley turning heel. But yeah. That's AEW Revolution in a nutshell-ish kind of way. What else is going on, guys? What do you guys want to talk about? I'm here for like another couple of minutes. Oh, here we go. You guys want something crazy? 6 years ago this week, we entered the pandemic era. Oof. Boy, oof, 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 oof. Hangman without the AEW title is a goal. Where does he go from there? His story was AEW responded to the Cody finish. Yeah, we'll see. Double or Nothing is where Will Ospreay is coming back. We will get. Here's the thing. He will be in the Owen Hart Cup. I expect him to win it. I think we get an appearance. I think it just might be an appearance, but I think we get an appearance from Ospreay. With the economy been on decline right now because of the Iran war, do you see a world where TKO considers selling WWE if the situation takes too long? I think they're in this for unless someone offers them like legit like $20 billion or like $15 billion, they're not selling. Short on my big ohm text today. It's okay, Kenny. Shout out to you, Kenneth. Jesus. Kenny Baum, thank you for the $5 dono. Appreciate you, my guy. Go subscribe to Kenny Baum, who's cooking his way to 100K subs. Let's get him up there. I think he's at what, 75, 74? Where you at, Kenny? Where you at these days, Mr. Bombington? Nah. Kenny hates it when I do this. We're gonna show this. We're gonna show this dude some love. Oh, come on, bro. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. He's sitting at 74.8. Everyone go subscribe to Kenny Baum right now. Go subscribe to the greatest video game YouTuber of all time, Kenny Baum, right now. Let's get him up to 75K. Let's get him that. What was that, a diamond anniversary? Let's get him that diamond real quick, the 75. Shout out, Kenny. Do you ever think about what could have been if Brody Lee were still racing today? Do you think he would have been a real champion? I believe it would have been establishing big man in AEW. I think he would have been like AEW's like big man. He would have been that guy. Hard to say, though, given everything that happens, but I think that was his trajectory. I think he would have held the world championship, like, certainly. Most certainly. Have you ever listened to Mox's close-up with Renee? I did. It was really cool. And it was a really interesting insight into, like, their own relationship as well. Kenny, we got a question for you. Have you played Resident Evil? I don't pay enough for promo, man. Nah, bro. It's free promo. Hell, we'll give another great YouTuber, Keto Valentine, some promo too. Shout out to my boy Keto Valentine. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this man. Look at this man. Look at him cooking. My boy Keto came back, and now he went dark. We gotta bring Keto back. Bring Keto back. Come on, Mr. Valentine. We need more videos. I need more videos like this cooking WWE too. Come on, bro. Bring Keto back. What's going on, everybody? Kenny Baum is in the building. We got the Kenny Baum stands shouting out. Guys, be sure to smash that thumbs up if you're just joining us. Are you thinking of going to any shows this year? Yeah, All In. Ironically enough, Kenny and I are locked in on All In London. So I'll be going to that. Double or Nothing, probably. More, lock it in, probably, yeah. Other than that, not anything planned. Yeah, other than that, not anything planned. If, like, Dynamite comes to Baltimore or DC, I'll go, but, yeah. Do you think All In outdraws WrestleMania this year? Hard to say. It depends on what the card is. Like, All In is going to be an audience built on that card. I think you're going to sell, like, I think the bottom is probably going to be around 30,000. Like that is like by virtue of them being there at Wembley, it's like 30,000 people are going to buy tickets. It's the other 10 to 20,000 that you really need to work on. Because I think the cap here is like what I think they had like 55,000 tickets distributed last time they ran Wembley in 2024. I think that is like their ceiling, quite frankly, for a Wembley show at this point. The novelty of that first one is never going to be replicated. unless like you would need if Roman Reigns joined AEW, that calculus changes. But right now, I think that 55,000 number is like the height. I think Mania gets to 50. I think it's going to be a long climb there, but I think they do get to 50. Will All In beat them in tickets distributed? That's to be determined. Go check out Critman, yo. He's tearing up the WWE new assholes. Wow, shout out to that person. Had Malachi not left, I honestly think he would have been a multiple-time world champion. Malachi Black? Is there a different? Is Malik? Are we talking about someone else? We're talking about someone else. I don't think Malachi Black was going to be a world champion in AEW. I'd say 60 is their Wembley cap. Oh, yeah. I mean, I would say 55, 60. I can think you could put it in that range. My prediction is probably like they're going to hit like... I think 45 would be a great number for them to hit. I'm calling it now. Adam Hainsman and a Hangman Hainsman page establishes whatever the secondary title is going to be the 1B. Yeah. Malachi Black. I don't think Malachi was on track to be a champion. A world champion, that is. Maybe he could have changed some stuff, but I just think that character was done in AEW. But that's just me, though. Guys, be sure to smash that thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. What else we got to talk about? We already went over AEW Revolution. We talked about the big Mania news. Is TKO frustrated with ticket prices? Yes. I believe Bayley will be at Wembley. I don't think her contract is up yet. Or that soon. To my knowledge. I think it's like later in the year. I have a feeling they'll get Hangman back into the title picture without him breaking his word. It's going to be interesting to see how they do that. Maybe they just do like a casino battle royale. I have yeah. Maybe that's how they do it. What if Harley beats Tekla at Wembley? That would be crazy. That would actually be insane. I think Mercedes is probably going to be challenging for the belt by then, but that would be an insane match. That would be an insane moment. If AEW gets Roman Reigns, they surpass the first Wembley show. I don't know about surpass. They'll get close to it. Do you think Johnny Gargano will come to AEW? I do. I think depends on his contract situation. I think he's on his way. If TKO were frustrated, lower the dang ticket prices. Nah, that's not happening. I think Bayley stays. We'll see. I think the odds of her joining AEW when her contract is up in later this year are a lot higher than people think. Oh, we got some... Well, this is interesting. So, we got some interesting Santos Escobar news that I just came across. So, let's take a look at it. Santos Escobar was not quietly moved to the alumni section of WWE's roster page. He's been there since his contract expired back in October before he re-signed and just hasn't been moved back. Escobar is still with WWE and expected to continue his program with El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. Okay. He hasn't left, and he isn't angry, apparently. I think there's more than a few people in WWE whose ship has sailed in AEW. What do you mean by that? I'm going to hit you with the Drewski. What do you mean by that? Do you think Bayley will be at Wrestle Dream? I don't think that soon either. I can look up when our contract is reportedly up. I think right now it's supposed to be like November or a little later this year. Let's see. Yeah, it just says late 2026. Yeah, according to Fightful, so late 2026. Too late to jump ship. Omar, how do you feel about WWE's men's tag division? I think it's time for an epic rant. I mean, I can't epically rant about something that's been dead for a couple of years. Like at a certain point, like we all grieve. We've all lost people. We've lost things that once meant something to us. That's how I feel about the tag team wrestling scene in WWE. It used to be great. It had moments where it was fantastic. But it's dog shit now, and it's been dog shit for a while. I'm not going to pretend like it's anything else. It is what it is. Shout out to the people making money. Shout out to the machine guns. Shout out to everybody out there who's cooking, who's getting that chicken. They deserve to get that chicken. They deserve to lock in and grind and pay their bills, get your bag. Get your bag. Get your bag. It's fine. I'm not going to care about something that's been dead for way too long at this point. Body Slam months ago said Bayley's contract ends in September from comment reply. I've not seen that. Was WWE's tag team division honestly great ever outside the Attitude Era? It was. If you go back and look at like I would say the 2003 through 2005, the tag team wrestling scene in WWE was amazing. You had like SmackDown 6, you had some awesome stuff going on with like the with Monday Night Raw, like you had the RVD and Booker T tag team. You had Evolution holding the belts for a little bit, and then things petered off as they do in the PG era, and then things came back around in a big way. I thought the tag team scene in 2016 was fantastic in WWE, and unfortunately, ever since I would say 2022, it's just felt like they don't care about the tag team division. I think Triple H, I don't know, he was great at booking tag team wrestling in NXT, but he's been dog shit on the main roster. I don't think we should say anything otherwise. It's been really bad. Would Axiom and Nathan Frazier fit in AEW as a tag team? I could see that. AEW tag team division is the best right now. Yeah, but even then, it's I think I'm kind of sick of the FTR stuff. Sick of them running back FTR versus the Young Bucks in a dry feud. We need something fresh. I like the stuff they were doing with Jet Speed earlier. The only thing that upsets me about AEW right now is the fact that Okada hasn't defended the international title on AEW TV in months. He just defends it down in ROH, but are we going to get one on TV? Okada is frustrating, but I think Okada is just... Okada's doing what Okada does. He did his time. He wrestled, and now he's getting the bag. It is what it is. During the New Day's run, it was great. It was great during then as well. How do you think Paul Levesque fell so far and fast with his booking? Complacency. I think less was expected of him, and he starts, caring about the opinions of the wrong people, and he doesn't take any pride in what he's doing, and he's high on his own supply. That and TKO and their expectations are different. They don't want to tell great stories. They just want to make as much money as possible no matter what happens. Ricochet is the most frustrating thing in my opinion. I love Ricochet in AEW. I love, as a character, he's night and day. It's just, I love Ricochet. He's genuinely one of my favorite things in wrestling right now. I'm pretty tired of AEW bringing in WWE disgruntled employees. There are so many great indie guys out there who deserve a shot. Yeah, but you're also, it's one of those things where it's you have to balance finding the best talent out there, right? It's like running any sports team. If you got some top free agents out there, regardless of where they come from, you're gonna want to sign them. But you also have to balance that with a feeder system with these newer talent, right? And I think they've done a lot better of a job at that recently than in years past, certainly, because it used to just be, come on over. Street Profits will be perfect for AEW if they get there. I swear to God, if Triple H runs the Bloodline story back, it's some lazy booking. I don't know. How many of those guys are actually going to be there? I think WWE dropped the ball with the Authors of Pain. Those guys have some true killers in the tag team division right now. Yeah. They have a roster. You got the machine guns, bro. You got a roster full of people. You just don't use them. Wonder if Tony will get Riho from Progress Wrestling since WWE rejected her. Maybe he'll bring her back. Ricochet in AEW is top. That dude is on fire, and I agree with Batman. Street Profits in AEW would be epic. If you're interested in AAA, Love Lamers champion Ludwig won the Reyes del Rey. is a new number 1 contender versus Dom Ludwig. Okay. New number 1 contender versus Dom 1 and is still the champion. Yep. I got caught up to that. Very excited for tonight. What match are you most looking forward to? The match I'm most looking forward to. So there's 2. Andrade versus Bandito. I cannot wait for that. I think that's going to be killer. And then, of course, the Texas Death Match. The last chance Texas Death Match. Yeah. I mean, there's not, like, the only match on this card that I'm honestly just, like, kind of like on is, are the trios title matches or the trio title match and then, like, the tag title match. I'm just kind of like, all right, man. It is what it is. If WWE running a Bloodline story, you got to do it with Zilla Fatu and NXT. Maybe. He's been doing these watch-alongs on YouTube lately. TK's biggest improvement has been a filter. Wrestler, promoter, you have to be able to distinguish sound advice from people feeding you BS. Pro wrestling is rooted in carnies and con men. Yes, I agree. Not going to lie, if AEW does Forbidden Door again, you need to put MLW in the mix, and because CMLL and New Japan ain't going to do. Yeah, I think adding MLW to the mix will be amazing for that. It's weird. It is a weird situation because, like, if you look at it from a success standpoint, like, and I'm talking success, like, just strictly ticket sales and pay-per-view buys, New Japan AEW Forbidden Door is AEW's second biggest show of the year. I'm not saying that in the storyline sense or whatever, but strictly from the perspective of success, monetarily, and interest, it is their second biggest show of the year. On average, it outside of All In, it is their biggest show. Point blank, period. So I don't think they're going to stop doing it. Like, think about it last year. Last year, they packed out the O2, broke an O2 record, had nearly 19,000 fans in attendance. The year before that, they had 11,000 fans in UBS. The year before that, they had 13,000 in Scotiabank. The year before that, I think they had, what was it? What was Forbidden Door? In 2022, it was United Center. They had what, like 14,000? 16,500. So it is one of their most successful shows, period. So I just don't see them stopping that right now. Can you tell Tony that early shows are best for business? If I ever get invited to another press conference, I will most certainly tell that to Tony. Or if they ever let me interview him, I will certainly let him know, because I agree. Do you think Asuka would be perfect in AEW? I think Asuka would be a great fit in AEW. I think AEW should bring back Elevation and Dark. Yeah, I mean, I think part of that is like a contractual thing. I think they're allowed to now. Maybe with this Ring of Honor stuff, like being in Jacksonville now, like they'll be able to do that. So yeah. Smoking with Mello says, "Can we get a special episode of Kiss the Ring?" I mean, listen. I know Brian and Kenny are cooking right now. I know Kero is cooking right now. So I'm going to let them cook, but, maybe we'll do something. I think last year we did, like, a live stream after Mania. Maybe you get one of those. I don't know. Go bug Kenny Baum about it. Go bug just Brian about it. I'm game anytime they are. We'll run it back. Name 5 wrestlers, past or present, you want to grab a drink with. I'll tell you 5 I'd sit down with. Number 1, Bryan Danielson. My favorite wrestler ever. The second greatest wrestler ever now, because Misawa took his spot. I would do Bryan. I would do Onita, because I just feel like he'd be hilarious. Antonio Inoki is my number 3. Give me... This is where it gets tough, because he only got 2 spots left. So I got Bryan, Inoki, Onita. I want to say Misawa, but I feel like there's more people I'd be interested in, like, talking to. Because, like, Misawa would be great, but, like, I feel like I'd get, like, a lot of that from Bryan. I'm trying to go for, like, the full slate here. I'm also trying to put together, like, a cavalcade of madness. Give me Oh, Becky. Becky would be a riot. Becky, and then lastly, I would do. I need like a wild card. Give me a wild card, guys. Give me like a real wild card. Just someone insane. Fuck it. R-Truth is my wild card. Let's do R-Truth. So that is my cavalcade of madness that I would sit down and have dinner with. Bryan Danielson, Satoshi Onita, Antonio Inoki, R-Truth, and Becky Lynch. What belts do you think AEW needs to remove? Consolidate the Continental and the International into one. Give me, I don't know, like figure out what you're doing with the TNT title. Just figure out what you're doing with the TNT title. Defend it. Do something. Yeah, I'm down. Well, Kenny's down. We got two. TNA sets wrestling back. It's worse than Billy Corgan. Nah, come on. TNA, let them cook, man. Let them cook. Wrestlers are getting paid. I'm all for that. Completely agree with your pick of matches. I'm crossing my fingers. A big return after the main event. Maybe Ospreay. Asuka would be perfect in AEW. I don't think Ospreay is going to fully return until closer to the Owen Hart Cup. So probably next month. I would expect him to be there next month. I think he might tease us. He might tease us tonight. You'd be like, yeah, bro, I'm not ready yet, bro. Hey, wait a minute, lads. I'm not ready, but I'm coming back, bro. And I'm coming for Wembley Stadium. Also, I mean, listen, tickets for Wembley go on sale this week. So as a marketing thing, it would make sense to have Will come back and be like, tickets going on sale on Tuesday, Wembley Stadium. Machine head, I'm a machine head. I'm bigger than the red, green to red. I'm a machine. That could be cool. That could be a cool thing. Is AEW gonna swerve back for a title shot? Yes. TNA is okay, but you're right. Billy Corgan's NWA is kind of cooked. It's not kind of cooked. It's fully cooked. That thing is so cooked. It's like when someone serves you a well done steak and it tastes like a boot. That's how cooked it is, bro. It's wild. Continental Classic just doesn't need a belt, just a future title opportunity in the winner of the tournament. I like it having a belt, to be honest. Like have it be the unified championship gets defended in the Continental Classic. That would be dope. Kenny Baum with his picks of people he'd sit down and have a drink with. Jada Parker, Nikita Lyons, Anna Jay, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill. My boy Kenny's crashing out. My boy Kenny is crashing out. My boy Kenny is wilding right now. An absolute fiend that I love. Shout out to Kenny Baum. Genuinely one of the best people I've ever met doing YouTube. One of many amazing people. Shout out to everyone else. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to Trav. Shout out to Keto. Shout out to Justin from the Wrestling Classic. Engo. Shout out to all of them. Do y'all like 2K? I mean, that's a chat question. Oh, I don't know what happened there. That's a chat question. That is not a me question. I don't play video games like that. Okay, although if you want, but if you want to find out more about 2K, boy oh boy, do I have a channel for you. You guys gotta go check out Just Brian. My boy Just Brian. Look at this man. Look at this young man and what he's built. 22K subs. Boy is cooking. Okay, let's not do the more info. We don't need to see all that. What we do need to see is all the insight he's given on these videos. Look at this, bro. Look at this, bro. Max out. Look at it. Max out ringside pass level 40 fast. He's going to teach you how to do that. I don't even know what the F that means. Bro's cooking over there. WWE 2K26 ringside pass patched. I don't even know what any of those words mean. But that's you got a whole review. I watched this. How far did I get into this? Brian, don't copyright strike me. 21 minutes. I didn't understand a word he said. Look at his face. Go subscribe to Just Brian right now. You gooners. Absolute fiends. I love each and every one of you. Go subscribe to Just Brian. Oh, man. Um, go subscribe to him. If you guys want more 2K stuff, go check them out. What have we got here? Takara saying, Kenny and I have had our rivalry time, but I genuinely like Kenny and Omar. Probably it's probably I said that. Yeah. Hey man, we ELE. Everybody love everybody. That's what it's all about here. If you could pick wrestlers from different companies to consolidate a true world champion, who would you pick, excluding Bryan Danielson? To consolidate a true world champion, like for a tournament? I'll give you 4. Give me Kenny Omega. Give me Will Ospreay from AEW. Give me Obafemi. And this one's hard. Give me Obafemi and Gunther from WWE. I like MLW, but it's essentially glorified indie. Anyone that they have tried to push leaves and signs elsewhere. Fatu, Cross, MJF, Willow. It's not in their interest to promote with AEW. I think it is. I just think they need as much publicity as they can get at this point. They're at that level where any publicity is a good one. For me, Roxanne, Liv, Harley, Asuka, Mina Shirakawa, and Thomas Tony Storm to have a drinker. Y'all are crazy, bro. Y'all are crazy. I wasn't even thinking about it like that. My boy's crashing out. Oh, here we go. Takara. There you go, Kenny Bomb. I admit it. I'm a fan of you. Oh, we're bringing. Look. The world may be at war, but we're bringing peace in the chat. Right here on Big Ohm. Right here on Big Ohm PW, baby. Oh, man. All right, guys. I do need to head out. I appreciate everyone who's tuned in, showed out, balled out. Love each and every one of you. I hope you guys enjoy watching Revolution tonight. I will not be doing I probably won't be doing like a full review, but I will have some thoughts over on my side channel. If you guys go to youtube.com/WrestleVibes. Yes, many of you probably came from there. But you go to youtube.com/WrestleVibes. I will be posting something, sharing some thoughts of Revolution tonight. So please go check that out. Check out some of my other videos I've been cooking the past couple of days. Become a member over there. You get yourself access to some cool videos like my Penta is cooked video, the sad truth about Darby Allin video, and so much more. Go check that out, guys. Until next time, love y'all. Peace. Be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real. Until next time, bye.